Let's demystify compliance in plain English. Compliance is the simple system that your company uses to document what you do it consistently, and then prove you're doing what you say you do. That system builds trust with customers, investors, and auditors. What compliance isn't? It's not legal fine print and it's not busy work. It's practical. Policies, controls, and evidence that show you manage risk and protect data on a daily basis. How do you structure that system? We use recognized frameworks and certifications, things like SOC 2 and ISO 27001, because they give everyone a common checklist. At Aetos, we design and run your program around those standards. We're not a law firm, and we don't provide legal advice. For laws and regulations like GDPR, your counsel interprets those requirements. We turn them into operational practices and evidence that align with what buyers and regulators expect. Here's a quick tour of the landscape. First, we have frameworks and standards. These are those common sets of controls. SOC 2 says that your controls are designed and over time they operate efficiently. ISO 27001, another common certification, says your information security management system meets the standards set by the ISO IEC body. Then we have regulations and laws, legal obligations like GDPR or HIPAA. Your counsel advises on what the law requires. We implement the processes, controls, and proof that map to that advice. So, what actually lives inside a good compliance program? Let's think in 5 parts. First, we have a risk snapshot. Identify what could go wrong with your data and systems, and then prioritize what you're going to address. Then you have a data map. Know what data you collect, where it flows, who touches it, and where it's stored. Policies and procedures, plain English rules people can follow about access control, incident response, and vendor reviews. Training and ownership, short role-based training and named owners for key controls. Evidence, logs, tickets, screenshots, cleanly organized so you can answer any buyer or auditor with confidence. So how do these badges and trust signals work? For SOC 2, an auditor tests your controls and issues a report. Type 1 looks at design at a point in time, and Type 2 looks at how those controls operated over a period. For ISO 27001, you build an information security management system, an ISMS, run it, and a certification body audits and certifies it. Different labels, same idea. Prove you do what you say you do. What this looks like in real life: a prospect sends a big security questionnaire. Instead of pulling engineers for 2 days, your program already has the answers: approved policies, access reviews, vendor checks, training records, incident drills, and backup tests. You respond quickly, attach the evidence, and procurement comes back with approved. That's compliance doing its job. Where Aetos fits, we act as your fractional chief compliance officer. We own the checklist, the calendar, and the back and forth, mapping your risks, drafting practical policies, and standing up the right controls, running training, organizing evidence, and preparing you for SOC 2 or ISO 27001 or whatever other certification you need. For regulatory issues, we coordinate with counsel and then implement the operational pieces. What good feels like inside your company? With compliance, sales move faster because answers and evidence are ready. There are fewer fire drills because there are clear owners and simple routines. Audits become a scheduled event, not a surprise scramble. Leadership can prove to customers and investors that risk is being managed. The bottom line: compliance is the operating system of trust in your business, a practical way to document, do, and prove. If you want a clear path to frameworks and certifications without bogging your team down, Aetos will run it for you so you can focus on your core business. If that's the kind of clarity you want, book a 15-minute fit call with Aetos today.